Manchester City's stance on Savinho to Tottenham transfer should be obvious. Manchester City have been approached by Tottenham over Savinho and hold most of the leverage when it comes to negotiations. Manchester City will sell pretty much any player in their squad, and Savinho is no exception. If the right offer arrives, and if the player wants to take it, the deal happens. That should be all the encouragement Tottenham need if they want to seal a deal for Savinho. The North London club have already approached City for their Brazilian winger and remain interested. From City's perspective though, selling to a rival in the same league has risks. Their track record is pretty good, but Cole Palmer remains a sore spot for the City bosses, and even if you are confident you are getting the best of the deal, you have to try and minimise damage. For that reason, if Savinho to Spurs is to happen, it cannot happen in time for this weekend. City host Tottenham at the Etihad on Saturday, and there is simply no point in the Blues opening themselves up to any chance of Savinho shrugging off his mystery injury to bag the winner for his new club. After that, Spurs can have him if they want, for a high price. Savinho may not have done like many of his teammates this summer and publicly pledged to stay, although in fairness, nobody ever assumed his future may be in doubt. City bridges to the point where he couldn't be instantly integrated back into the squad. Guardiola has defended him through all questions of Tottenham's interest, as he tends to do with his players. Looking at the negotiations, City have nearly all of the leverage. Savinho only joined last summer, so has 4 years left on his deal, and while his value has gone up, there is still room for it to grow. Despite Guardiola's praise and talk of the player's potential, his numbers in his first season in the Premier League were not much to write home about, so there is significant room for improvement as he matures. Even a fee of £60 million or £70 million could end up looking a bargain for Spurs if he develops as well as his manager believes he can. There's also the Harry Kane factor, when City basically wasted a summer pursuing the Tottenham striker amid conflicting messages from his camp and from Daniel Levy and didn't end up getting their man. In recent years, Tottenham have tried to get City ousted from the Champions League, and Levy decided weeks ago to moan about how long City's charges were taking to be announced in a televised interview. City have no reason to sell, so if Tottenham want him, then the right offer has to be an astronomical one. Maybe I'll extend. Pep Guardiola thrills Manchester City fans. With contract claim, Pep Guardiola has returned to Manchester City with energy and is not ruling out signing another contract extension. Pep Guardiola has told Manchester City fans exactly what they needed to hear about his future. With everyone else focused on when the coach will leave his job at the Etihad, Guardiola has suggested that he may well sign another contract extension instead. I have 2 more years, maybe I'll extend 2 more years. So the question is, when I will stop in this year, or in 2 years, or in 4 years, I will take a break. But now I feel fine, I would say, he told Men in Blazers. The team is giving me good vibes, starting from the Club World Cup in the United States. There we created something. I saw something that I liked, that I missed last season. The training sessions, the body language, the details, arriving on time, the running backwards, how we defend throw-ins, stupid things that you realize the team is there. And that will help us to be, I think, more consistent than last season. Blues would obviously love it if Guardiola signed on for another 2 years and stayed until 2029. They are already delirious at their 10th season with the best manager in world football in charge of their team, so another 3 would take them into dreamland. But even if they only have 2 more years, or even 1 more year, and he leaves next summer, Guardiola is speaking like a man with his mojo back. He can't say when he will lose it again, but the manager has returned from his summer break with the fresh energy and purpose that has brought him so much success. It is normal for doubts over Guardiola's future to ramp up in the summer months. Even if it has been a successful year, the manager is so drained from everything he has put into making that happen that he can sound like he is done. Last season was especially curious as the coach signed a new contract weeks into a storm that lasted for months over the Etihad, resulting in his most difficult season in Manchester to date. For years, many had questioned when Guardiola's fire would finally burn out, and for the first time it was happening to his team. Significant change in the playing squad naturally brought more questions about how much of a role Guardiola would want to have in the rebuild, and comments he made in summer about definitely taking a break from football after City reinforced how much life the game takes out of him. Yet he continues to live for that because football still has a hold on him, and his energy this summer has been noted by players and staff. City fans don't need to know how much longer they will have Guardiola in their club for. They just need to know he still has the fire to be the best out there. Whether it lasts for 1, 2 or 4 years, what matters is that it is there now, as they look to reclaim their Premier League title. Manchester City £12.5 million signing set for debut after completing loan move. Manchester City's teenage midfielder Sverre Nypan has headed to the Championship for a season-long loan. Sverre Nypan is ready for his debut in English football after completing a loan move to Middlesbrough. The 18-year-old will spend the rest of this season in the northeast after signing for Manchester City in the summer. City were insistent that they were not interested in the midfielder after he was spotted at one of their games during the winter transfer window. Aston Villa, Girona and Arsenal were among the teams that were looking to sign him from Rosenborg. That changed in the beginning of the summer window, with City stealing ahead of their competition to complete a £12.5 million deal. The transfer was not completed in time for Nypan to travel with the squad to the Club World Cup, and when he did sign, the work intensified on where to send him on loan. Lots of clubs were interested, and City presented several options, but it was ultimately decided that Middlesbrough was the best choice. It is felt at the Etihad that the Championship is an excellent testing ground for players who have the potential to shine in the Premier League, with several notable examples in recent years. Boro have started the season strongly under new boss Rob Edwards, with wins from their opening 2 games. They take on Norwich away and Sheffield United at home in their next 2 fixtures before the September international break, and Nypan will be looking to be involved sooner rather than later, having already trained with his new teammates. Nypan was not included in City's travelling squad for Wolves at the weekend as he finalised a move away, and Pep Guardiola spoke at Molineux about the need for more departures in the next 2 weeks. Too much. Too many people. Too many players, he said. It's not about Eddie. Today there was Rodri and Phil Foden out, Kovacic is injured but will be back, and Savinho and Josko are out.